All right, and heading into the back garage area here, we are going to have all of our tie downs located here. You're going to have 3 on each end, 3 going up the middle, and then we're going to have that ladder for the loft right over here in the back. And then you're going to have those steps for the back porch. Now again, just to show you are going to have those 3-season doors right here. They will have the glass that'll slide up, and those screens in place. You'll have that lock, and those are going to be already set up and assembled on this unit for you to be able to utilize that back porch. Now, at least with the bunk area, a few main things to point out here is going to be these golden latches right here. Now, these are what is pretty much going to determine which way this bunk is going to be going. Now, if I were to have them unlatched, this is going to go all the way up, lift this one up, and that is going to keep that top bunk in place up on the ceiling. So by having these open, that is going to pretty much remove this bunk off of the chain so it stays stationary on the roof. If I do end up having these closed, that will keep it in the track, so that way when I bring down this bottom bunk, that top bunk is going to follow as well. You are going to have the controls located right here to be able to bring that up and down. So for right now, we're going to bring this whole system up. That bottom bunk is going to start rising up first until it catches that point in the track where it begins to lift that top bunk as well with it to the ceiling. And again, showing all these golden latches are facing inward, which is going to keep the top bunk on that track for us to be able to raise and then lower it right after. So there we are, now intact. It's going to lift both of these all the way up to the ceiling. And again, while that's happening, just going to go over that we do have the controls for the outdoor awning over the porch. Also pointing out that at least for sleeping on both these bunks, they are rated for 600 pounds, 400 pounds for storage. Now, at least for the bottom bunk, anytime you are sleeping or sitting on it, you will want to lower down these legs for that extra support. Don't want to be just sleeping on it as it is. I'm sure you'd be able to pull it off, but certainly would not be best for the longevity of this bottom bunk. We are going to have 2 lights, which this first one is for the outdoor light, and then this is going to be for those 2 lights right above. Now, at least for the windows, you are going to have these covers, which are going to be on the little buttons. And just to show, at least for this window, it is going to be able to slide horizontally and be opened. While the one opposing is a fire exit. Now, one thing to note with the fire exit right here is, though you can use this as a normal window and latch it right into place there, if I were to push out further, that window will self-release and be another way for you to be able to get out of the camper. You know, just in case the porch isn't open, of course, and there was a need for escaping the unit. But for right now, we're going to just button this one back up. On each side, you are going to have the 110 volt outlets there as well to be able to plug something in. Another fire extinguisher. Window right here that'll be able to open, and then we're going to have our vents. Now, just a few things to point out with this. You really kind of want to pull out on it before shifting over to the side. I know this is really hard to do with one hand. So at least with that, you're going to want to pull out and be able to get that pushing over to the side, which, yeah, this is really fun to do with one hand. So just really making sure that you are watching that top little plastic portion move with you. If it looks like it's getting stuck, stop what you're doing, pull out on it again until you can get it to safely roll over to the side to properly ventilate in here while traveling down the road with those toys. Other vent's going to be located on the bottom of the opposite side. And then you are going to have one heat vent in here. You'll have a spot to be able to install a TV mount, coax or satellite cable, and then you're also going to have some outlets. This is going to control your max air fan, which is located right above here. So let's bring those bunks down again really quick. So since we have that gold clip down, that's going to allow that top bunk to now drop with this bottom one. Once it hits right above the window level, it'll catch in its actual, I don't even know the proper word to use for it, in its special spot designed just by Jayco. It's going to catch and then rest in that position for that actual top bunk setting, and then the bottom one will continue to drop. Now, as I'm doing this while we're at a good level, I wanted to show you the sofa lock right here, which let's shut this off right here. So at least with this is gonna be the actual lock. So if I am to push in on this, it will lock, and though you might be able to, this part should not be moved. So while having it in the bed setting, you wanna have it here. If I wanna fold this up, make sure I have that out. Now right here would also be a good spot to be able to drop all your legs. Since I'm not climbing on it for right now, I'm going to leave these up because then I have to push every single little individual pin to lower them. But making sure we drop those legs before we're ready to enjoy and use them as either a bed or the recliner settings themselves. Now again, let's say, well, I don't like that headspace. I want to have that bunk stay at the top. I would end up flipping these out so all four are facing down like this. That would allow me to drop this all the way down or into any position I want while that top bunk remains on the ceiling. Now, at least for here, you're going to be able to pretty much just easily lift up on this, which again, fun with one hand. Push down, you're going to be able to flip that whole top backrest up. There is going to be the fold down in the middle right here with the cup holder. Whoopsie. Those will pop out sometimes. And then be able to do the same with the other one as well, which, let's make sure. Yep, it's all the way out. And we'll be able to fold this one up. The same. And that's pretty much your options for that with the actual recliners there. So again, just going over, hey, I want to be able to raise this up but not have that top bunk come down. You're going to flip all four. This corner, back corner, driver's side back, and front corner little gold latches here so that you would be able to leave the top bunk up and have more headspace here. Now, at least while traveling, you really do want to have both of these all the way up while traveling, which, you know, especially if you have something back here, that's the only way you're going to be able to travel with it. So I'm going to just put these down. And now I'm going to be able to put those back into the up position here. And then pretty much one other thing to point out is you do have the option for another backup camera in here. So if you wanted to keep an eye on mainly all your tie downs in here, make sure that nothing's coming loose, you would be able to install that camera there, and while driving be able to not only have full view of your side marker cameras, the rear view camera on the back of this unit, but also have visual on the inside of your garage while traveling. And we're gonna just lift that all the way back up into travel mode. One other way that you can lower down this, now if you remove this pin, you can pretty much have that sofa resting flush against the wall. I personally don't really understand why you would want to have that, especially if you have toys in here. Make things a little bit tighter, and I would just be worried about something brushing up against those actual cushions and causing damage. But just so you know, there is a way to be able to pull this pin and lower this down flat against the wall, though once pulling that pin up here, you would have the full weight. So I would strongly encourage you being very safe if you're going to drop it down like that. Now, just to show overhead here, you do have some storage space up ahead. And last but not least, the half bath right here in the back. So you're going to have, again, a porcelain toilet back here. Mirror, no medicine cabinet, one outlet. And then you're going to have under the sink as well. Light switch right there on the wall. And again, AC duct and light up there because the actual fan is overhead the actual bunk. Now, at least with the controls here, you can turn that fan on. Settings 1 through 4. Shut the fan off. Open the vent, which will automatically turn the fan on. And be able to close that vent as well. Up everything on this 2023 Jayco Seismic 405T. Hope that you all have a great rest of your camping season ahead, and we hope to see you soon.